For nearly 30 years, he got away with it. No arrests, no suspects, no consequences. The man who called himself BTK believed he had outsmarted everyone. But in the end, it wasn't the police who defeated him. It was his own ego. After 1991, the killings stopped. No more letters, no more bodies, no more taunting messages to the media. Wichita slowly exhaled. People believed the nightmare was over. But it wasn't peace, it was patience. Behind the mask of normalcy, Dennis Rader was building something far more dangerous than a crime spree. He was building a reputation in his own mind. He became a church council president, a compliance officer, a father, a husband. He enforced rules in his community. The same man who once tied knots around his victims was now lecturing neighbors about lawn violations. He didn't stop needing control. He just changed the setting. And over time, something began to eat at him. Silence. The media stopped talking about BTK. The attention faded. And for a narcissist, being forgotten is worse than being caught. In 2004, BTK resurfaced, not with violence, with words. A letter appeared inside a book at a public library. Inside were detailed descriptions of one of his early murders. He wanted to remind the world, "I'm still here." But this time, things were different. Technology had evolved. Digital forensics had advanced, and BTK didn't realize the world had changed. He began communicating again, sending packages, leaving clues, playing his familiar cat-and-mouse game. Then he made a mistake, a question that would end everything. He asked the police, "If I send you a floppy disk, can you trace it?" Police responded publicly, "No, it would be safe." They lied, and BTK believed them. In February 2005, a purple floppy disk arrived at a local TV station. Inside was a message from BTK, but it also carried something he didn't know about: metadata. When investigators examined the disk, they recovered deleted information. One name stood out: Dennis. The disk had been used at Christ Lutheran Church. The document was linked to a user named Dennis Rader, the president of the church council, the compliance officer, the family man, the monster hiding in plain sight. For decades, he thought he was the smartest person in the room. But technology doesn't care about ego. It remembers everything. Police couldn't arrest him based on metadata alone. They needed proof. So they quietly reopened old evidence. DNA from crime scenes was compared to samples taken from Rader's daughter, obtained legally from medical records. The match was undeniable. The bloodline confirmed what the floppy disk exposed. The ghost had a name, and now he had a countdown. February 25, 2005. Dennis Rader was driving near his home when police pulled him over. No dramatic chase, no resistance, just a quiet surrender. Inside the interrogation room, the mask slipped. When asked directly if he was BTK, he paused, and then he said calmly, "Yes." Not anger, not panic, just relief. He had finally been recognized. What shocked the world wasn't just the crimes, it was how he described them. In court, he methodically detailed each murder, like reading from a checklist. No emotion, no remorse. He spoke about binding his victims, about projects, about fantasies, as if discussing routine tasks. The courtroom sat frozen, because this wasn't a monster screaming in rage. It was a man who felt entitled, entitled to control, entitled to domination, entitled to attention. And in the end, that need for attention destroyed him. For 31 years, Dennis Rader believed he was invisible. But ego leaves fingerprints, and pride writes its own confession. He wasn't caught because he slipped once. He was caught because he couldn't stand being forgotten. And that is what finally exposed BTK. If you want more deep psychological breakdowns of the world's most disturbing criminals, subscribe to Lentina Files, because some monsters don't hide in the dark. They hide in plain sight.